Welcome to RV Retirement Redesign, where we are redesigning and redefining. We're redesigning our retirement and redefining RV living, not because we want a cheap way to survive, but because we want to thrive in this new season of life on our terms. Oh my, company's coming and my bathroom is a mess. It's time for some organization and some cleaning. This is just one of those areas that has gotten away from me. And the sad thing is everything in this particular cabinet is just mine. Bob and I have our own separate bathrooms. I can't even tell you what my organizational thoughts are here because, well, I just think it morphed into just store it where there's space. Even though I had purchased containers and organizers, obviously it just didn't work the way I thought it was going to originally. I will tell you one of the things I do like is this magnet strip, which I will link below. Another thing that really needed to change was my countertop. It was too crowded. There was no room to put on makeup or to do my hair, and I needed to free up that space. So to get started, I pulled out this little table that I got from Walmart, and it's great. You can use this for so many different things. But I pulled out all of the everything that was on the shelves, just like they tell you that you need to do, and threw things away that were old, checked those dates. One of the things that I found was that I was just really storing a lot of extra things there that did not need to be stored there. My idea behind that is I really don't like to run out of things, and I really don't want to have to pay extra for something that I need to buy quickly because, oops, I ran out of something. So in this way, I would have a good price of all the things that I needed right on hand. Unfortunately, when you live in 420 square feet, you don't have a lot of that extra storage. I have found acrylic organizers to be the very best friend of anyone that lives in a small, tiny space. Actually, that's because you can see in them, so you can store all kinds of things and be able to find them when you're looking for them. Otherwise, you're digging and moving things around and just making another big mess. I've linked these organizers and a few others below. Now, in this case, I did not buy anything new. I had all of these organizational containers on hand. I just reorganized. I'm happy with the way this turned out. There are still some things in here that I should not replace once they're gone, and that will free up a little bit of space. But I basically have everything I need at my fingertips, and there's a place for everything and everything in its place. My next job in the bathroom was to tackle the cabinet underneath the sink. There's actually two. This is the one that has the most space. You know, again, the biggest problem with these RV cabinets is they don't have enough shelving in them, and the height of them, while might be good, you don't utilize it. You can't utilize it. So I thought I solved the problem by putting these stackable shelves in there. But what I found was every time I wanted something in one of the containers, I had to take everything out. It just didn't work. My solution was to take out the containers that had basically the shoe boxes that had the tops on them because you could not get into those easily enough. And then everything that was on the stackable shelf slid in and out. That makes it much more convenient. And then the things that are going to go in here are basically my hair products, which you'll see in the next video or the next slide is it'll fill up very quickly. Now, when I was filming this, I think I came up with a really good idea. I'm going to have Bob make shelves for this cabinet. And I'm going to put all the things that are in the cabinet above the toilet, which you'll see in a few minutes, in here, and then just put my hair products in the above the toilet cabinet. I think that's going to be a much better use of my space. Okay, I admit it. This is an embarrassing mess underneath the cabinet. Again, one of the spaces that has a lot of height to it. But it was so difficult to try to figure out how to use this in an organized manner. And frankly, things just got thrown into there that we don't use often. And my hair dryer and curling iron and straightener, stuff like that, just got put right on top of it, which made it easier to access, but it still wasn't very organized. Now, once I filled up the shampoo containers and organized some of the stuff that was down there that didn't need to be, I put the shoebox containers with stuff that we really don't need on the bottom, my hair appliance holder on top of it, And you can see, again, much more organized. Now, there is room to use the space on the side of the cabinet with command hooks and whatnot. I just don't find I need that right now, but I might in the future. And here it is, side-by-side shot, much more organized, and I'm happy with the way this project turned out. This cabinet over the toilet has been a problem child ever since we moved in. There is no space for towels and washcloths and things like that if you have your first aid and medications and extra Kleenexes, etc. in there. So it really was time for a good organization in here. Again, first step, I took everything out, got rid of things that were expired, reorganized. I mean, I had multiple bottles of ibuprofen and aspirin and things like that. So I put some of those away, only put in there the things that I really needed to have accessible to me. And that did then make room for a few towels and washcloths. So again, I think by putting my towels and washcloths and these additional things, since we don't have children in our home, can be put underneath the cabinet, as I shared before, and this will be room for more of my hair products. Or I might be able to leave the medicinals up here and just put the hair products along with them, and that'll give me even more room for towels and washcloths and other miscellaneous items. Something else that can be really helpful is when you have a space that really you don't have anything you can put there, if you have some kind of a holder. So I have this decorative shelf that I had in one of my other homes, and I use command hooks, and these have lasted a long time, over a year. So I think they're really good and strong. And by having things that I use, like the washcloths and my cotton swabs and cotton rounds, my comb, extra mirror, things like that, these are things I use all the time. And now they're at my fingertips, they're just behind me. So that gives me more space on my counter, which is what I wanted. And so here's a look at that whole section, which finishes the project. And now my bathroom is ready for company. As always, just a reminder, all of our bathrooms are a bit different because all the models are different and all the manufacturers are different. So put your comment below on what you did in your space, maybe even put in a picture so that you can help out one of your fellow RVers. Don't forget to like and subscribe. We so appreciate your support.